Hello and welcome back to the Two Dudes in a Podcast where the Lord and us have an understanding and we hate Illinois Nazis. This week we're
Are we
talking
on a
about the Blues Brothers.
we're on a mission from God.
We are on a mission from God this week
Yep.
to talk about the John Landis film Blues Brothers. It's John Landis who directed this, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Alright, and if we sound a little different this week, we're doing it remotely. So yeah, first kind of remote
Yay.
podcast. Sounds fun.
How's it sound on your end?
So far it's sounding good on my end. So
Mine sounded okay, sounding digital.
okay, well, that's probably my fault. So I'll see how this turns out in post.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. This is my first time sitting down and watching Blues Brothers. Weeks back, I kind of saw it, just randomly, I might say. Randomly.
You saw it randomly, like on TV?
Yeah, but not the whole thing. It was more towards, like, the, Palace Hotel performance when I saw it.
Oh, that's like the best part.
It was out of context, and the only parts I remembered is, like, they snuck on stage, and then, like, Carrie Fisher shot at them with an M16. And then I watched the movie today, right before doing this. It's not on any streaming services that I have, unfortunately, but, you know, a quick $3.99 Amazon Prime Video rent, hook you right up. Good movie. 2 words, good movie. Funny movie as well.
Good movie. This is my second time viewing it.
What do you think of it for your second time?
Second time, it's just as funny. Like, it is great. Carrie Fisher plays a great domestic terrorist, as always.
Yeah.
RPG missile launcher, blows up a building. I mean, like, stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, the
She goes
best
hard.
domestic terrorist is a domestic terrorist with a broken heart.
Yeah. And when it's Carrie Fisher.
I mean, yeah. That helps too. You know.
I was just looking for it.
Domestic terrorist.
I can't find it, but I have a Blues Brothers tie.
Mm-hmm.
It has Elwood, I think, on it, and it says we're on a mission from God.
I feel like you.
But I
wore
cannot
that
find it.
during our high school graduation.
I think I did. So I don't know where it is now.
You need.
I found my
to find
Wolverine
that.
tie.
You found your Wolverine tie?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have a Wolverine tie.
Like with just pictures of Wolverine, or is it like claw marks or
It's
anything?
got Wolverine. It honestly looks like it has bloodstains on it, but
Ah, that's fun. That's part of the theme.
it's a pretty metal tie. Yeah.
Blues Brothers is a film
Anyways,
about two men,
brothers.
two brothers.
They're brothers.
Who want to save the orphanage they grew up in, and God sends them on that mission. And it's got a lot of blues players and it's got a lot of musicians.
Yeah, it does. It got Aretha Franklin,
James Brown,
Cab
Ray
Calloway.
Charles. You know,
Cab
got some real
Calloway.
hits. Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
said that. I said two. You said two. We got it.
Woo.
And then I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
the whole like band is made up of musicians, right? Like actual musicians.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, they're actual musicians.
Besides the 2 leads, which
You watched this on Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah. Wait, who are the 2 leads again?
Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Same Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters.
Exactly.
From a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, from
Dude's genuinely funny.
A while back. Yeah, very funny.
Whoa.
I like
that
them
was
in
my
it.
chair.
What's going on?
My chair squeaked.
Um,
I don't know if you heard it. It probably doesn't.
it don't matter. There's all kinds of random noises when we do it at the other place.
That's true. What else is there?
I'm trying to find something because I have the internet right in front of me, so why not? You know?
You watched it on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Did you look at any of the trivia that popped up?
Yeah, it was a little slow for me though. Like it wouldn't update fast.
Some of it was really funny. Like, apparently during filming one of the night scenes, Dan Aykroyd looked around and saw. No, hang on a minute. I read that wrong. John Belushi disappeared while filming one of the night scenes.
Yeah.
And
I read that.
Aykroyd looked
like,
around.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
Dan Aykroyd
John Belushi apparently
went to a dude's house and like got a glass of milk and had a sandwich.
That
and then
was
went to bed
Belushi.
on the couch.
Belushi did that.
Oh yeah, Belushi.
You said Aykroyd. Belushi did that.
Yeah, sorry.
He just asked if he could have a cup of milk and then a sandwich, and he crashed on the dude's couch.
I mean, what
Funny.
More could you ask for? What more could you ask for before crashing on someone's couch?
That's exactly a random stranger's
I wonder
couch.
what type of sandwich it was, though.
A ham sandwich?
A ham sandwich?
I don't know. I don't know. It just says a sandwich. I screenshotted some of these.
Sandwich. I want to know what kind of sandwich, because, like, you know, a glass of milk's good, but a glass of milk only goes with a certain amount of sandwiches.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I always thought Powerade went good with a sandwich. I don't know why.
Powerade? Yeah,
Powerade, like fruit punch, red Powerade. I always thought that went good with a ham sandwich.
That's some pretty good stuff, you know.
I don't know why. It's either that or water.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Classic combo right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, milk goes good with like a turkey and cheese, a ham and cheese, or a PB&J.
PB&J, it'd go good with that.
PB&J is the best, or just straight up peanut butter.
Peanut butter and chocolate sandwich? I've had that before. With peanut butter and chocolate syrup and marshmallows. Not as good as you think it would be.
I haven't had that, but I've had peanut butter and honey and peanut butter and Nutella.
See, the Nutella would have worked better.
Yeah, I mean, Nutella's okay. I mean, when it first came out, I was like, yo, this stuff's crazy, man. But over time, I just kind of started thinking, I don't think it's for me. You know?
This is what you put it on. It goes good on bagels.
I don't think I've had that, so maybe one day I'll try it.
Nutella on a warm bagel.
I'm a peanut butter man. I like peanut butter on my warm bagels or cream cheese.
I got you. Did you read the trivia about the helicopter?
No, I don't. What happened with the helicopter?
The helicopter. Well, while they were filming the opening of the opening scene, guards at the prison fired at the helicopter filming overhead shots because they thought it was attempting to spy on the structure.
Dang.
Yeah. The movie was wild. Like the church scene where they're all doing backflips. That's great.
Oh yeah.
VeggieTales references that. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. VeggieTales seems like a wild show. The more I hear about it.
VeggieTales is amazing. It references Monty Python, Blues Brothers.
Really?
Wild stuff. Yep.
That might have to be a movie we watch on here. It's like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, because that's a pretty funny movie.
Oh, that would be good.
I've seen
Jonah is a good one. The VeggieTales Jonah. I've seen Holy Grail.
That movie.
That's a good one.
We're talking about Blues Brothers.
Did you ever see? Yeah, right. Blues Brothers. Domestic Terrorist, Carrie Fisher. What else is there?
Stylish Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. It's very much a road trip film.
It is, but not a typical one. You know, this movie stemmed from a. Yeah. This movie stemmed from a Saturday Night Live skit.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
think it was Aykroyd and Belushi would do a Blues Brothers skit on Saturday Night Live in the late 70s to early 80s, and it turned into a movie.
That's pretty cool. I like
That's all I
that.
really know about that.
That's the origin story, you know?
Uh, that's why it's such a wild and weird movie
Um,
with Nazis and cowboys and
yeah.
flying cars, kind of,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and kung fu backflips.
Yeah, when
You saw
John Belushi started doing flips in the church, I kind of lost my shit. Not gonna lie. He just started doing
that.
flips, and I was like, this man's gone nuts. Sad thing I found
Cab
out about
Calloway.
this movie, John Belushi died 2 years after it came out
Oh, that
in
that's why he wasn't in
1992.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Um.
Wait,
Hmm?
that's why he wasn't in Ghostbusters.
Well, yeah, I'd say it's because he died.
Yeah.
Um.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The Cab Calloway scene,
That's a good scene. I
I
like
really
that
like.
too.
Yeah. Where the set just magically changes. That was great.
And then it changes back when he's done. I was like, that's pretty good. That's some
Yeah.
good stuff. Um,
Good stuff.
I like how
The
throughout the whole film, the Blues Brothers just managed to piss off a bunch of people, and by the end, like they
they just
got
pissed off everybody.
all of them are just chasing them by the end of the movie, trying to just
Get them.
either arrest them or kill
Even
them.
even the military gets in on it.
Yeah, at the end, the military gets in on it, and then
It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, I think.
yeah, no, but at the end, I was like, this is like GTA 5. They're just going like 120 through a city center, drifting around corners. They got like 50 cop cars behind them. You know,
50.
if anything,
I don't think
GTA stemmed from the end of this movie.
it did.
um,
Remember when they drove through the mall?
yeah, that was an awesome scene. This
Yeah,
movie is
they did that.
action packed.
Yeah. The mall was scheduled to like be torn down or something. It was abandoned. So
Oh,
they
they just
filled it and trashed
spruced
it,
it up.
kind of. And then Universal got sued for $87,000
Dang, why'd they do
for
that?
failing to not. Well, they didn't return the mall to its original condition, which was something that had never been agreed upon.
Ah,
And yeah, so like after years of political wrangling, they I think part of the mall got torn down and the rest of it kind of rotted until 2012 when it finally got completely cleared out.
that that's yep. Gotta love it when you don't agree upon something. Someone says, "You gotta pay, boy."
You trash the entire mall pretty much.
I think it'd be cool if they do not even a sequel or a
Well,
reboot.
they did.
I mean, I know they did, but
They
that
did
wasn't
2000.
received. They didn't. That wasn't received too well.
Well,
Um,
yeah, this is one of those one-shot movies where it's an original thing and just that's it. It's
yeah.
just
Here's
the
the
Blues
thing: if
Brothers.
they ever do another one, they can't like do the same characters though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't think they should make any more. We should just let the Blues Brothers be the Blues Brothers.
I think it'd be cool
Like
to
not
see a
everything needs a
modern
sequel.
version. But like, here's the thing: don't like reuse the whole same idea. Just send them on a different mission from God or something.
Ah, okay.
Um,
I don't know.
I mean,
Mm,
yeah, reusing ideas is always rough within Hollywood. But here's the thing: I feel like reuse of ideas in Hollywood a lot of time gets screwed up because people are like, "We just want to make money." And if you have a legitimately good idea on how to continue something, that
like,
sometimes
yeah,
gets through, but not always, unfortunately.
good example. the MonsterVerse, Godzilla 2014,
Oh,
Kong, King of the Monsters.
I liked
They're
Kong.
all phenomenal.
I haven't seen
Kong's good.
either of the Godzilla movies, but I did see Kong in theaters, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I finished King of the Monsters last night, and I did not sleep very well because it got me hyped. Like, that movie was great.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I haven't been going to bed at a decent hour, so that's me.
Yeah. Eh.
What else happens in this movie? Like, oh, they do a cool little. They go to a little country bar and try to play
Yeah, we got
blues
both
music.
kinds. We got both kinds, country and western.
Yep.
That's something my family throws around every now and then.
I mean, you know, this movie is very quotable.
It is kind of like the sunglasses line.
Yeah.
For 106 miles, Chicago.
We got a
full tank of gas,
half a pack
of cigarettes.
We're wearing
dark,
sunglasses, and
we're wearing sunglasses.
Yep.
It's dark, and we're wearing glasses. Hit it.
Yeah. That was a good line.
I figured out my top 3 favorite parts of the movie, and I can only remember one of them, and that's the Cab Calloway scene.
Yeah.
Shoot.
That's.
I think the church scene was another one.
You said top 3 or top 5?
Top 3. I can't remember my third one.
The Calloway scene is good. The car chase at the end is good. I
think the church scene was my other favorite. There's a scene in the middle of the movie.
Good, but the Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin scenes are also very good.
Yeah.
I don't know which one takes the cake for me, but they're all. The whole
movie was great.
From beginning, it's hard to talk about this movie because I'm just like, I don't know. The most I can say is that good movie.
So much happened in this movie.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah.
A lot happens in like 2 hours and 12 minutes, and you're like, dang. Which honestly, okay, was Carrie Fisher like filming her scenes for this the same time like she was filming Empire Strikes Back?
I'm not sure. Was this 1980?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. She wasn't in the movie very much, so I could see where she could.
Yeah. Interesting. Because I was thinking about that. I'm like,
remember when she blows up the propane tank and like the phone booth flies straight up in the air?
Yeah, they're on a mission.
That made no
God,
sense.
So every time someone tries to kill them, they just narrowly avoid it somehow.
Even if it defies the laws of physics.
Yeah, no, she blows up the propane tank, and the telephone booth that's right next to it just shoots up in the air like a bottle rocket.
It shoots straight up in the air, and then it crashes down, and they're fine.
Yeah. And then
funny.
Is it Elwood or Jake who's like, I think there's like $7 in quarters here.
That's Elwood.
Yeah. I don't remember who said it.
Did you notice the credits?
Each character. Yeah, the credits list Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi as Jake and Elwood.
Elwood. Yeah. It's because they were the Saturday Night Live characters.
Yeah. And in the beginning of the film, it gives their names.
Okay.
Like the very opening when Jake...
When he comes out of the prison with a bright light.
Yeah, he literally walks out of the gates of heaven. He walks out of the gates of heaven and said, it's time to go save that.
This movie had about as many bit parts as a Muppet movie.
Honestly, yeah, it's like a Muppet movie without the Muppets and rated R.
Technically, it had some of the Muppets. They had Frank Oz in it.
Yeah, it did have Frank Oz. I mean, it had the voices of the Muppets, but like the voice of the Muppets, while an integral part of them, it isn't, the Muppet itself.
I can make an argument that Grover is in fact in this movie.
Grover from what? Sesame Street?
Yeah, Sesame Street. Not only did you have the voice, but you also had the puppet, or you had his face. Something. It's in the mall scene. They crash through a Toys R Us, and
Oh,
the dude holds up a
yeah.
Grover. And Frank Oz is also in that movie, so Grover is in the Blues Brothers.
I think it's a shared universe. Honestly.
Blues Brothers cinematic universe
At the same time
crossover
as
with
Blues Brothers, Muppets in Space is happening.
Muppets in Space.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just a VHS I remember as a kid. I don't remember the film itself, but I remember seeing that VHS and being like, Muppets in Space?
I think that's the one with Gonzo.
Probably.
I can't remember. Muppet movie.
Either that one's going on or Muppet Treasure Island. Explains the absence of
I'd
them.
rather the Muppet movie. I've heard Treasure Island's not that great.
I don't remember it. I just remember being like, yo, Treasure Island. I like Treasure Planet.
Yeah, but the Muppet movie is a cinematic masterpiece. So is the Blues Brothers.
Were they released around the same time by any chance?
No, the Muppet movie was like 70 something.
Okay.
I can't remember when.
So good. I'll look it up.
It's amazing. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Muppet movie. The Muppet movie.
The Muppet movie.
79, 1 year before.
So kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Whoop.
1 year.
We talking about Mando today? Mando.
Last week's episode.
Mandalorian. What?
Last week's episode 7 of season 2.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I give The Blues Brothers an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Maybe 10 out of 10. I really like it.
It's a pretty good movie. And that's a strong 8 out of 10. Not just a
Strong
number thrown around. I recommend it. Watch that however you may. I don't encourage illegal stuff, though.
No.
For legal reasons, I don't encourage that.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Mando, the penultimate episode of season 2, came out last week, featuring Bill Burr,
Mayfeld, the Star Wars hater.
I think it's funny that he's in there, and I liked his character from season 1 because he was wisecracking the whole time. And this episode, I thought it was going to be all about them breaking him out to go storm Moff Gideon's cruiser. But no, it just opens, and Cara Dune's like, "You're with me now, prisoner." Basically, like, the equivalent of a law officer pulling prisoners for, like, roadside work.
Oof.
So he gets taken, and, like, he sees Boba Fett in freshly painted armor, mind you, which is really cool. Although I'm gonna miss seeing, like, the ding in Boba's helmet, with the scratch.
Was he missing that?
No, the dent in it is still there. He just painted over it.
Huh. That's neat.
I
didn't honestly notice the first time I watched it, so.
I don't know how you didn't. He looks like
I don't either.
He looks like the original action figure almost. But Boba Fett's freshly painted, and Mayfeld's like, "Hey, oh, sorry, thought you were someone else." And then Mando walks out, and he's like, "Oh no." But the
Now
cool
there
thing
are
about this
two of
episode,
them.
it you get to see like inside Slave One and kind of how it works, which is really cool.
That was cool.
People are
That was
always
really
like, "How does this ship work?" And then you get to see how it works. It's really simple. If you would have bought the
yeah.
toy for it, you would have known.
If you bought the toy back in the '80s, you would know.
I learned
I would
how
know because I have one.
I learned how it worked from a Clone Wars version of it.
Ah,
I didn't own it, but a friend of mine had
you
it.
know, I honestly think that's kind of common sense, or you would think
You
at
would
how that
think it
ship
is,
works.
but
You
then
know,
you're like, "Nah, but he's got to look out." You think a lot of dumb things when you're just like, "How does this work, man? It doesn't make sense." Sometimes you convince yourself something doesn't make sense when it does.
Hmm.
But
I guess I just come from a family of broad Star Wars standing.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I
I might
don't know.
have known how it worked because of Clone Wars too. I never put thought into how it worked. I'm just like, it ship, it fly. Boba does it somehow.
It's sci-fi. What are we complaining about?
Yeah, right. Even though there are some ship designs in Star Wars that you question. Um, what? Oh,
But they go
Mayfeld.
to this empire.
They go to an
Yep.
Imperial mining like refinery.
Yep.
Mando takes his armor off and puts Stormtrooper armor on.
That was
Which
kind
is
of cool.
neat. They have to defend the convoy, um, or their little truck that they're in. That way they don't die and they can get the information on Moff Gideon. You get character for Mayfeld. Mayfeld is like very fleshed out in this episode. Get to kind of see where he
It really
stands
is.
on things. You get to see his true character almost. Um, and then it's kind of hyped up in the beginning of the episode, but Mando, Din Djarin, has to make a big decision in this because Mayfeld flakes out.
Take his helmet off.
Yeah, Mayfeld flakes out, and Mando goes over to a machine and takes his helmet off to save Grogu because that's his mission.
Yes.
And then an Imperial officer.
Although why it needs
like,
a facial scan is kind of weird.
Probably it's probably like a thing just to check because it probably like
Are you a robot?
yeah, pretty much it's like that. Or are you a criminal?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a weird little world building plot hole. That it's like he's not in any of the Imperial database, so like he shouldn't really
Here's
have
the thing.
verification.
I feel like this is one of the Imperial's downfalls because the Empire, while they're a big like at this point they're not as big as they once were, but while the Empire was like this big machine at one point,
Mm-hmm.
they were like, everyone's in our system, but Din Djarin isn't. He's not in anyone's system.
That's true. See, I feel like that should have been a problem. The fact that he's not in the system, it would lock him out because he's unfamiliar.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Kind of funky there.
We'll either get an explanation or not. So.
Oh, I found my origami super battle droid.
Oh, you made an origami super battle droid?
Yeah.
How long ago did you make
My brother
that?
and I went. Huh?
How long ago did you make that?
Middle school, maybe?
Dang.
I don't know.
Were you saying you and your brother went through like a origami phase?
Origami Yoda phase, pretty much. He has like all of the books except for one, I think.
Ah.
Might
Ah.
have just found the whole collection here.
Found the whole collection. About to do some Legends reading. Oh, well, I just knocked my desk.
That's an unfinished thing. There's a
Um,
Groot.
uh, but yeah, Mayfeld
That's the Jabba.
basically bails Mando out of the situation. And then an officer is like, let's get a drink, boys. And actually, that
Bye.
officer played Joe Chill in Batman Begins.
Huh.
So, fun fact. Um, and that officer is like the embodiment of evil. Um,
Yeah, he was pretty crazy.
yeah, which they mention Operation Cinder, which you get to see in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Um,
That's nice.
you get to see parts of it, not the planet
My
that
origami.
Mayfeld's talking about. I think, maybe, I don't know. But I think it's cool that they talked about Operation Cinder, because that's like a pretty intense thing that Battlefront 2 just kind of said, we stopped it after figuring out what it was.
What was it?
It's like an array of satellites that shoots beams down and kind of like glasses areas of planets.
Glasses?
Yeah, kind of burns it down, basically destroys it. Um,
So, not quite a Death Star laser.
no, 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 not that powerful, but
No.
enough to destroy like cities and stuff. Because basically, the Operation Cinder was the Emperor saying, I'm dead. Go destroy these places. Prove your loyalty to me. And destroy these places. That way, the rebellion can't have them.
Gotcha.
It's basically scorched earth. And all that happened, and that led up to the Battle of Jakku, which is where technically the Empire fell, but I think the Mando's going to kind of retcon that. With
That would be kind of cool.
the Imperial Remnant, because like new canon establishes that the Empire falls 1 year after the Battle of Endor, which I think is kind of weak, but
Yeah. I mean, like, I think Legends did it more of a. It didn't quite fall. It just kind of fractured after the
yeah,
Battle of Endor.
it kind of
Which is why there's so many remnants.
leadership and stuff.
They split into separate factions, and that's kind of why it never really came back, is because they were all disorganized mini factions.
Yeah, which I think the Imperial Remnant is kind of doing that, but it's like, we technically defeated the Empire, but we just, I feel like it's going to be like, we defeated one area of the Empire.
Yeah, see, I think they should go back to the Imperial Remnant idea.
I think that's what it
instead
is.
of just.
I think that's what they're doing.
That's good.
Um,
Instead of just New Empire 2.0.
Because I feel like Moff Gideon and Thrawn might not be in cahoots, because I feel like Thrawn might have his own Imperial Remnant, while Moff Gideon has his own. And maybe there's like a couple others out there, that all are working for their own goals.
Does Thrawn ever, like, unify any of the remnants? Or does he, like, absorb them in the books?
I'm not sure. But I know his remnant is basically the best one out there because, like, it's under command of him. And he knows how to use the tech.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
And he knows how to counter attack and stuff.
Yep.
He studies his enemy in and out, including their art, which pretty interesting.
That makes for a super dangerous villain.
Yeah. But there's a cool like little extraction scene where there's a shootout. Cara Dune and Fennec Shand are doing like sniper support. Slave One flies in. Mayfeld and Din jump on, and then Mayfeld's like, "Hey, give me a rifle." He blows up the refinery with a sniper shot. Slave One takes off, some TIE fighters follow it, and then we get like the best part of the whole episode. You got 2 TIE fighters tailing Slave One. Slave One's flying straight up in the air. Like it's going into Atmo.
Pew!
Drops a seismic charge.
Oh, that was cool.
Blows up the 2 TIE
That was-
fighters at the same time. Let me tell you, ever since Slave One appeared again, I've been thinking, when they gonna drop a seismic charge? You know, my thoughts is maybe they're gonna plant a seismic charge inside of Gideon's ship. Which
They
I
can still
hope-
do that.
I hope they like do that. Like they just drop
It's
one
a
in the hangar of
Powerful
Gideon's ship.
explosive.
What?
That would do some serious damage.
That would
It's a
crack.
powerful explosive.
That would crack.
That
the
that can
ship
take
into-
out a capital ship. Yeah. From the
I don't-
inside, that would
it
destroy a
depends on the
capital ship.
Like an ISD, I think it could cripple it but not take it out. A super
that a Star Destroyer?
A super Star Destroyer, it would damage it a lot, but like
I think if you put it in the right spot in a Superstar Destroyer, it could take it out.
yeah, if you put it in the right spot, like if you just kind of drop it in a hangar though.
That's not going to do a whole lot.
If you drop it in the hangar of Gideon's light cruiser though, that thing's cracking in half.
Yeah.
Which I hope they do that when they're leaving with Grogu.
Hmm.
So that's cool. And at the end, Din Djarin sends a message to Moff Gideon, which, you know, kind of destroys a tactical advantage he might have.
That's true. It is
But-
reminiscent of what he told him, though.
No, it's the exact same speech.
Exactly. Whoa.
Din Djarin's like, he means more to me than you will ever know. And I'm like, yeah, you tell him. You go
You
kick his
tell him.
ass.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be cool. And tonight, technically, well, when the episode drops, the episode will just be out for everyone to see. So I'm excited to see the finale. Hope it's awesome. Hope they crack.
That's the
Moff
last
Gideon's
episode?
ship into- It's the last episode of the season.
Epic.
I hope it's like 40 to 50 minutes long.
I hope it's long, because I feel like they've got a lot to cover.
Yeah. Hope Boba Fett lives.
Or cliffhanger. I think he will.
So yeah, I guess that's all we got to cover this week. You know.
Yeah,
Short show.
I think. Christmas is next week.
Christmas is next week. We're gonna have to decide
Yeah.
on like a Christmas special. We'll figure it out after this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, short
Well,
episode this week.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think. I mean, we went 40 minutes basically. You know, that's like
40 minutes?
it's probably going to be like the shortest episode, but I think we've gone like 40 minutes before.
Yeah. I got a little bit of Transformers movie news today.
Oh, what's going on?
Supposedly, the next Transformers movie to continue after Bumblebee is
Mhm.
going to be titled The Transformers.
It's going to be called what?
The Transformers.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
It'll be directed by the dude who did Creed 2. And then we don't have any more information on the animated Cybertron movie directed by a guy who did Toy Story 4.
Okay, well, if that is that just like a rumor though?
The Transformers title?
Yeah,
I think it is more just a rumor, but
that'll be a cool title.
it sounded convincing.
That'll be a cool title.
The other rumor we've heard for a title was Transformers 1990.
Yeah, I don't like that. The
I kind of do, but the Transformers is much cooler.
yeah, the Transformers is much cooler.
That's the technical title of the original cartoon. So
Yeah. Well, whenever that comes out, I'll probably watch it. And we'll
I'm
talk
totally
about
gonna
it.
watch it, probably multiple times.
Oh yeah, and we'll definitely talk about it.
Epic.
So this has been this week on Two Dudes in a Podcast, and I haven't done this outro in a while. But let's do it for old time's sake. So for whenever you're listening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, and goodbye for now.
And we all need somebody to love.